The sixth commandment of a growthpreneur is, thou shalt know your metrics. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but my kids are out there playing and screaming and having a good time, and that's totally cool with me. They see this setup when I'm shooting videos, and they're like coming in like, daddy, 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 and they want to play with stuff, and they want to be on camera, and they want to talk to camera like daddy, and there you have it. And you know, if I didn't know the metrics behind my business, that even when I'm not doing work, or when I'm hanging out with kids or my wife, if I didn't know the numbers that are happening in three areas in my business, traffic, leads, and sales, you know, I would be stressing about it all the time, because I'm wired, and I suspect you're wired like an entrepreneur. If you've ever thought to yourself, I know something's not working, or something can be done better or bigger, I just don't know what it is. Congratulations, you're normal. You're a normal entrepreneur. See, if I didn't know my metrics, I would go absolutely bananas. Most small business owners, they don't know their metrics in marketing, like they would know the metrics in their finances. So they probably know their profit and loss. If you're really diligent, you would know your cash flow forecast for the next week, month, quarter, and your upcoming ingoings and outgoings. But how come you don't know the same numbers in your marketing? Let's do a very quick assessment, shall we? Okay, so how many visits to your website traffic do you get in a month? Do you know that? Okay. Next question. How many conversions do you get in a month? As in, what do I mean by conversions? The traffic downloading something, or giving over their details, or joining a newsletter. How many do that in a month? Third question, how many sales do you get per month from those conversions? Trick question. How many from those leads or people in your database do you get per month? Now, two more questions, and these are the really important metrics. What is your conversion rate, the percentage of traffic to leads? What is your conversion rate from leads to customers in a month? Let's go a level deeper. If you've gotten this far and you're like, yeah, I know that, which source, which channel, which traffic source produces the best leads? Which traffic source produces the best customers? By now you might be sweating, going, oh my gosh, I don't know those numbers. How about this? What is your customer lifetime value? After the first transaction, how long does a typical customer stay around and repeat purchase, or a client? What's the average lifetime value of a client? If you don't know these numbers, you're probably going to be stressing out about things needing to be better, and not knowing which part of the process needs to be fixed. If you think about it like a pipeline, a pipe, which part of the pipe is the weakest part? Is leaking perhaps, or needs fine-tuning or changing? As a result of not knowing these metrics, what ends up happening is you end up just shooting in the dark. You try this and you try that and you try this, and typically you don't even know what you're looking for. So you don't know how to measure success, because you have no benchmark of what is normal. What is the normal? So how do you improve something you don't measure? So what most business owners then try to do is they look at revenue. What is the incoming revenue per month? And they try to work it out that way. But here's the thing, revenue is what you call a trailing indicator. By the time you figure out there's a problem, it's too late. You should be able to predict problems based on your pipeline, based on your conversion metrics. If a traffic source is not working, you may not know that that's not going to convert into leads until 2-3 months down the line, depending on how long your sales cycle is. If you're in technology, it might be 5 years. You should be able to look at your metrics as a predictive indicator where you can see traffic sources that stopped working. For example, Facebook ads changes, even Google ads, they change the way that the system works, the algorithm, what they call the algorithm. They change the way that the ads and the audiences interact and work together for lots of different reasons, but we won't get into that here. And you might find that Facebook ads all of a sudden stop working, but if you're only watching revenue, you'll be pretty late in the game to discover that, especially if you have a long sales cycle in your business. The opportunity to fix the problem is probably a little too long gone. So what's the solution to this? Because I'm not here to just tell you the problems, I want to give you the solution. So here are 3 frameworks that you can use to address this. If you haven't guessed already, I've hinted at them. The first one is know your traffic to leads ratio. It's super important to know which traffic sources, maybe Facebook ads, LinkedIn, organic, maybe it's blog posts, SEO, Google ads, which one produces the best and most leads. Leads meaning people who have converted, people who have exchanged details or even transacted if you're an e-commerce business. What is the ratio of people coming in, called traffic, to people engaging and interacting with their details, called leads? What is that ratio? That's framework number 1. Framework number 2 is know the leads to customer ratio. How many of those leads actually become customers? And how long does it take for those leads to become customers? What is that time gap for the lead to become a customer? And the third thing to consider, the third framework to use is, what is your customer lifetime value? So if they make a transaction on day 1, let's call it, how long do they typically stick around and continue to transact with your business? If you have a subscription-based business or a recurring membership model, then how long do they keep staying in that membership or subscription? That's your customer lifetime value. Let's say you do $500 on the first month, and every month thereafter is another $500, and it goes for 12 months. Your customer lifetime value, if they stick around for typically 12 months, is $6,000, because it's 500 plus 500, 500, 500, 500 over 6 months, over 12 months, and that is $6,000. That's your customer lifetime value. So knowing that is pretty crucial, because you can do 2 things with it. You can look at which traffic sources produce the best customer lifetime value. So you might find that LinkedIn has less leads. This is an example, okay? That LinkedIn has less leads that it provides, but the customer lifetime value of the leads it does provide is much, much, much longer because the leads are better. Let's just say, I'm not saying that LinkedIn is better than anything or whatever. I'm just giving you an example. The other thing that you can do is you can look at extending customer lifetime value. So you might say, I noticed that everyone transacts once, but some people transact twice in 12 months. What is it that I'm doing with those people that I could replicate with everybody else? How can I extend the customer lifetime value? So to recap, the 3 frameworks that you can use to know your metrics so that you can grow your metrics is, number 1, knowing your traffic to leads conversion ratio. Number 2 is knowing your leads to customer conversion ratio. And number 3 is knowing your customer lifetime value. That's it for today. My clients and I, we use this framework called the Bullseye framework, and it basically allows you to map out which sources of traffic produce the best results for your business. starting with the core and then working your way out from that. And it's very, very helpful. If you'd like to get your hands on that tool, as well as see the rest of the 10 Commandments videos for small businesses, hit the link in the comments below and I'll get you all the details. My 4-year-old is probably about to come charging in and ask to be on camera, so I'm going to end this here. And hopefully I'll get a chance to shoot more of these videos before she completely takes over my night, which would be kind of fun. Hey, maybe she can do 10 Commandments number 7. Anyway, it's Justin, thanks, signing out. Have a great day, have a great night wherever you are, and I'll see you very, very soon.